Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. Coming here again with another segment on this GoPro 7 Steps to Becoming a Professional Network Marketer. This segment is basically on direct and indirect and super indirect approaches. Um, This is used this direct approach. It's used when you're inviting people to learn more about your opportunity for them. And then most people use direct approach. That's all they know. They use a direct approach for all their prospects. It usually goes something like this. Hey, I found a way for you to get rich. Let me tell you all about it. Blah, 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 blah. Throw up on them, tell them everything you know. I understand the passion, but really, who's going to get excited about that? Really, think about it. Who's going to get excited about that? Unless they're getting a call from a millionaire, right? That doesn't mean the direct approach doesn't work, okay? It does in some cases. It has an important place in your invitation process. But it should be reserved for people who know and respect you, or for people that you know are searching for something better, not for everybody. Here's examples for warm market prospects. When you, excuse me, I'm sorry. When you told me you hated your job, needed more money, wanted to find a new home, etc., were you serious? Or were you just kidding around? They'll always tell you they were serious. Great, I think I found a way for you to get it or solve your problem. Make it happen. Something like that. And this is for situations where you know the area of their dissatisfaction, need or desire. You got to search around for their need or desire, find out that first, and then go in with the benefit or the solution to their problem. A doctor doesn't just go in there and say, hey, I got a cure for your cancer. And the guy's going to say, what? What cancer? I don't have cancer. So he has to give you the charts and all the stuff and all the graphs to show you that, yeah, you do. Once he shows you do, he's like, oh, okay, I can do something about it now. But if you don't think you have it, what are you going to do? Here's one. I think I found a way for you to really boost, or actually you could use yourself. You could put yourself in the same shoes. You could say, I think I've found a way for us to really boost our cash flow. Wait for them to answer. Then here's another one. When I thought of people who could make a solution, an absolute fortune with a business I thought of you. Here's one. Are you still looking for a job or a different job? I found a way for both of us to start a great business without the risks. And here's one. Let me ask you a question. Off the record, if there was a business you could start working part-time from your home that could replace your full-time income over time, would that interest you? Here's examples for cold markets. These are people you don't even know, right? Have you ever thought of diversifying your income? Here's another one. Do you keep your career options open? Or do you plan on doing what you're doing for the rest of your career? You can follow these cold market scripts for any variations with the following. I have something that might interest you. Now is not the time to get into it, but ... You fill it in. Okay? Think about it. Here's the indirect approach. This is another powerful tool to help people pass their initial resistance and educate them on what you have to offer. The indirect approach is about asking prospects for help, input, or guidance. I use this approach excessively and with greatest success when I first started out. Because of my lack of credibility at age 23, I couldn't get much success with the direct approach. I learned to play myself down and play up to the prospect's ego. It works incredibly well, and it will work in today's market as well. Examples for warm market prospects. I've just started a new business and I'm really serious about. But before I'm going to get into it, I need practice on someone friendly. Would you mind if I practiced on you? This is a great approach for family or close friends. Here's one. I found a business I'm really excited about, but what do I know? You have so much experience. Would you look at it for me? If I made it easy on you, and let me know if you think I'm making the right choice. Here's another one. A friend told me the best thing I could do is when starting a business is to have people I respect take a look at it and give me their guidance. Would you be willing to do that for me if I made it simple? Now here's an example for cold market, people you don't know. When you meet someone from another city, state, or country, if your company does business there, you could say, and let me ask you, does Grace do business there? Most likely, yes, right? How many countries we in Grace? My company is expanding in your area. Would you do me a favor and take a look at it and let me know if what you think? It would work where you live. When you meet someone who might provide good input on your product, you can say, I started a business with a product I think makes a lot of sense, but I'd like to get your input. Would you be willing to check it out and give me your opinion? Now here's the super indirect approach. The third approach is the super indirect approach. This approach is incredible and it's very powerful because it works on a number of psychological levels. In this approach, you tell the prospect they aren't a prospect and you're interested in finding out if they know someone else who might benefit from your business. It is very effective. Examples for warm market prospects. The business I am in clearly isn't for you, but I wanted to ask, who do you know that is ambitious, money motivated, and would be excited about the idea of adding more cash flow to their lives? Who do you know that might be looking for a strong business they could run from their home? Who do you know that might be looking, or who do you know that has hit a wall with their business and might be looking for a way to diversify their income? I work with a company that's expanding in your area, and I'm looking for someone sharp, some sharp people that might be interested in some additional cash flow, do you know of anyone who might fit this description? In most cases, they're going to ask you for more information before they give any names. Behind that respect will be curiosity and intrigued. Think this might be for them, but they're not going to admit it. They're not going to admit that to you. Okay? When they ask for more information, you can respond with, that makes sense. You'll want to know more about it before you refer to someone in your contacts. Then you can just move on to step 4. This is another cold market prospects. Cold market is exactly the same as warm markets for the super and indirect approach. Just use the warm market scripts or any other variations that might be comfortable for you. Here's step 4. If I, would you? Okay, that's if I, would you? And we'll get into that in the next segment of this. If I, would you? Follow and subscribe and like for more, and you'll get the next video when it's posted. Thank you much for watching, and make it a great day.